Good day, Cancer. Tara Joy here. I am going to do a reading for you for the week of July the 30th to August the 6th. And I got a head start. So you have the opportunity to make money with a Virgo this week. Okay. And then your love card is honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Your oracle is message in a bottle. So if you're putting question out to the universe and you're looking for an answer, they're saying pay attention. They're sending you messages and they've heard you and they're trying to reply. So if you see a message on a billboard, on TV, on the side of a truck, and it seems to, be a message for you, know that it is. Okay, so they're trying to get through to you in different ways. So, like I said, a message in a bottle, and there's clues. If you're asking if somebody is around that's passed away, if you find you're cleaning and all of a sudden you find a dime, or you're walking down the street, there's a dime on the ground. Dimes are messages from heaven too, as well. That saying hello. So, and I also have a yes/no coin. So halfway through, I'm going to toss the coin. And so if you have a question that requires a yes/no answer, you can think about it and see halfway through what the answer is. I'm going to take these two. Okay, so we got the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Ah. Okay. Make sure they're all in the camera. Okay, your overall energy. Oh, Seven of Swords. That's not the best energy to be in. Seven of Swords is about, get to that one after, about somebody stealing something from you, telling lies. The stealing part could be like your self-confidence, your pride, took away your good energy, and literally could be, something physical, and a bit of mistrust. But this is your energy, so I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know, but I'm just pointing out what you're focused on. And this is like problems in the family. It could be your immediate family, or it could be like your siblings, somebody else in the, all depends on, how old you are. You might not be married or in a relationship. And, yeah, so that's what you're thinking, so I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. Okay. First card in the spread is the Seven of Wands. This is having your guard up a little bit, protecting yourself. And if that's your energy, obviously you're, like something's come to mind, like I don't see a lot to do with that, but say if you have a family member that you've loaned money to and they're not repaying it back, you're making sure that, you don't offer them any more, because, you've learned your lesson here. What's crossing you is you're putting the blame all on yourself there. You're doing, what I should have done and what I could have done, and that was a stupid move, that kind of attitude towards yourself, and I should have seen that coming. You're beating yourself up a bit. That's what's crossing you. So you're having to deal with that. So if somebody done something to you, you're taking as much blame for it as yourself or as them. But was it that you were just being, giving, and they were, taking? This could have been something you've done too to somebody else, because this is your thought. So, you already know what it is. The third card is where I asked the universe for something for you to think about. And this is a working card, and it's reversed. So either you're not working or something is not working. But they want you to think about this. They want you to focus on this. So maybe you're the one that's taking something. You could be taking advantage of somebody. But then again, if that was the case, why do you have your guard up? So anyway, whatever story fits for you. If it doesn't fit, don't try to make it. You're hanging on to something. Is it your money or something else? Cancer signs are very family oriented, right? Too as well. So you could be hanging on to something material. You could be hanging on to thoughts, like emotions and stuff like that too as well. Memories, because we're in retrograde right now, so everybody is going through, things from the past. This is again to the past. This is a fourth or a past influence. So this is kind of like the wounded warrior. So you've been through something, and but it's been put down. So it's like a healing process now, and recovering from that. Again, too, if this is a repeat, this is why you be blaming yourself. Like, I let this happen before. That was their fault. I let it happen twice, and it's kind of like, shame on me. Eh? So this is money in the opposite direction. This is forthcoming. So again, too, if you loan somebody some money, this is not being repaid back yet. Where you find yourself is a lack of options. Is it to do with work or, something else, something different? But you find yourself with a lack of options. But when you have less options, there's less confusions too. Like if you only have one choice, then you know which one to take, right? But if you got 10 choices to pick from, or in this case 7, it's a little harder. Which one should I take? So what other people think of you in your life at the moment is the Queen of Swords. You're speaking the truth. You're cutting away what doesn't serve you. So this could be obviously to do with this, right? So now, Hope/Fears, the Death card came out, but it come out sideways. So you don't want something to end. You don't want to keep it going the way it is. So you're kind of like in neutral position. It's almost like a wait and see. Should I cut the ties with this person, or their family, or a friend, somebody that I've known for a bit? Should I give them another opportunity, longer chance to make it right? So this is a page. Pages are messengers, and swords are thoughts. So somebody could be coming in with an idea, If it is somebody that, say borrowed something from you, they could be coming in with a plan, say, okay, how about I do so much every month or every week or something like that until I get it paid back. Or if they borrowed something from you and say they broke it, they're going to try to come up with a plan to get it back to you. This is what I'm getting so far. Now, I could be totally off. Let's see if I get a clarity. And I'm going to do the coin. So think about your question, and it needs to be an answer with a yes or no. And so if you have your question in mind, the answer is yes. I don't know if you can see that clearly or not, but it says yes. Okay. The Fool. It's just taking a leap of faith. And it might even be with trust. See, I think this is to do with money and possibly family. Somebody hurt you, but you're recovering. You are recovering. And see, here's the wounded warrior. So this could be an injury, or this could be like hurt your feelings too as well. And like I said, you're taking half to blame yourself, if not more, because of the 8 of Swords here. It's a victory. Huh. Wish fulfillment. But you're not able to manifest it. And why can't you manifest it? Because this is the frame of mind that you're in. You got to get out of that frame of mind in order to be able to manifest anything. If you're trying to get something like, I would love to have this and I got to work towards whatever, like getting a new car, a new house, new job. You can't manifest when you're in a negative energy. You need to bring up your vibration and look in the mirror and be happy who you see on the other side. Yes, we all make mistakes. And so you have to, this could be what you're holding on to, right? So, and retrograde going on right now. So we're doing a lot in the past too as well, right? All right. So the 3 of Points has got 6 of Points. So something is out of balance. Something is coming to an end. Maybe this lack of work. And with that, you're going to release a lot of struggles, anxiety. What is it you're hanging on to? Is it your finances? Is it the Empress just came there too, and I didn't take her. I'm going to stop juggling. And this could be making decisions too. Another Page of Swords right here. And now this is reversed. So this is on delay. They haven't spoke up yet. Here they're going to speak up. This is what's fueling you, because this is your foundation. You're not going after something. This is it. You're just biding your time. Holding on. Give them the opportunity. Okay, so this Wounded Warrior. Another page. This is not taking any action. the same Eight of Swords here, beating yourself up again. This could have already repeated. This could be why you're, like I said, you do it once, it's shame on them. They do it twice, shame on you for, And this is the Emperor. When it's reversed, see, if it's family member, this would be like the head of the household. But if it is a father figure, they're not acting like a father figure. If it's a boss, emperors are like the king of all the kings. So why is he reversed in the past? So it could have been, say, an older sibling. It could. Can I have one more for that, please? Why is the emperor there? Two of Wands. This could have happened at work. Maybe it was somebody else's decision, and you weren't really on board with it. You knew better, but you did it anyway, and you could have gotten hurt physically or emotionally. Like I said, there's bandage there on the head, so if it was at work, like the boss wasn't acting like a boss, he wasn't taking your best interest in heart, acting like a child, or not a child, but like not acting like an adult. So the four of I'm going to take those. This is an engagement or a celebration or whatever, but it's in reverse. So it's not a celebration. And if it was an engagement, there's problems with it. This is reminiscing about the past. Even though this is like a soulmate card, this could be a partnership too as well. And I'm still going to go with this is somebody in the family. So, not that you're engaged to somebody in the family, but this is not a celebration, right? And ponder on that a little bit longer. See what else comes up, and then I'll come back to that one. So the Seven of Cups. Because I've got a feeling that this, I don't know if it's because it's a Cancer sign, but it's more to do with family. And this is the first thing that I seen with a relationship. And this is in the forthcoming. So this wouldn't have cost this. Unless, because it's retrograde, this is a replay. You do have honeymoon over here too as well, right? So not that you couldn't have that feeling with non-romantic partner, just like, if you traveling with a a good friend or a family member or something. So, okay. I need one more. This could be used here. Okay. So where you find yourself is with the, the lack of options. This is balance and patience, spiritually guided. This is having your heart open. And this is putting the swords down. Almost like, again, because if it's a family member, you don't really have any choice. You really do have to, make up. And especially if you're a Cancer sign, you're all about family, right? So even though they, didn't do you justice, you're more forgiving than you are wanting to hold a grudge, right? Same with even here, like I said, you're not celebrating the fact that, money went in the opposite direction. They mightn't be paying you back, but, you love them. They're your family and, you want to, keep them. And same as here. Like you're not ready to, toss them to the side and end relationships with them. You're going to see them for who they are. And like I said, you're kind of blaming yourself because you knew from the past that, who they are and what they are. If you loan somebody something, 3 times and they don't pay you back, the 4th time you should be like, no, I'm done, so. Queen of Swords, you're going to clear the air, speak your mind, and then move on to calmer waters. This could be what, your sibling is thinking, a family member. People think you're going to recover from, you're doing financially okay. And that you're not going to take any action. I think you're just going to bide your time and wait. And probably learn from your lesson. You don't have the strength to fight. You're not into that. You just want to life to go on. And this is your hopes/fears. Eh? This is taking the blindfolders off and now looking at the situation clearly. Maybe they're not working and don't have the money to pay. And here's your options, right? Same card is here, but now, so your options, whether you're, are you going to walk away from it? Or, are you just going to learn from your mistakes? Let me see. Again, 2, not taking any action. I don't think they're not going to apologize. They're not apologizing. And you're still going to be committed to them. Like I said, for some people, it could be, I don't know if I said that or not, but for some people, it could be a relationship, but I don't see a lot there. This is, like the honeymoon and that, and the soul card, and the commitment here. So it very well could be a relationship. So it would, fit into the same category. They done something that you didn't like, but they shouldn't have. And are you willing to get over it or let it lie, not take any action? Like I said, for some it's family, for some it could be a relationship. There's some struggles here with it. So yeah, so the Five of Wands, there is still going to be some struggles. The High Priestess is the inner knowing. This is following your gut. They want you to listen. They're saying that you already know, like you're fighting with yourself, maybe. So I'm going to take these. Oh, there's 4 of them. Okay, so the Queen of Swords here is the same thing. It's basically, she can speak up. She can cut away what doesn't serve her. Chariot is moving forward. Could be buying a vehicle too as well, and or just trying to hold the reins in the like in the cart there steady. You're focused on what you've lost as opposed to what you still have, and this is in a Wheel of Fortune is in a downturn right now, but the wheel always does turn, right? So here, I think the main thing is this is you need to speak up because, you've been hurt, right? You've been hurt. So not speaking up and not, basically dealing with it, it needs to be done. Whether it's a relationship or a family member or a friend, something needs to be cleared. Okay? So, and once you do, then maybe you can, get back to being in a relationship or a friendship. But I think if you don't, you're just going to keep doing this to yourself. You see, this is where you should be achieving to get out of this, and then you'll be able to manifest what it is that you really want, right? So, but you don't want to walk away. You want to hang on to what you have, whether, like I said, whether it's a romance or a family or a friend, family member or a friend. So anyway, that's what I have for you. And if you are trying to get a message from the universe, this might even be the message, but it might be in a, in a different form. You just got to pay attention. But they have heard you, because this is their recognition that, we're listening. We're not ignoring you. We heard you, and we're trying to help. Okay? All right, Cancer. Until next time, take care. Best of luck.